I really don't see this one professional enough for it to be pulled off in a suit and tie. It will literally feel like you're stepping into a boardroom meeting in a beautiful, well-cut suit with a cotton candy in your right hand and expect everyone to take you serious. Hello scented world, welcome back to yet another fragrance review. My name is JP and it's always a pleasure to have the returning viewers, but for those who are joining us for the first time, you are by far most welcome. This channel exists to share informative content through our fragrance reviews and our unboxing experiences so that you have a worthwhile buying experience. Now, if that sounds like content you really are down for, please be so kind to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you never miss out every single time we drop a review. Alright, let's jump into our review. Now today we're going to talk about a fragrance that comes from a fragrance clone house, and the clone house we're talking about today is Rayhaan. So Rayhaan essentially is a sub house or is associated to Rasasi, and Rasasi is popular for an amazing couple of fragrances that they have released. They took the game by a storm from 2020 when they entered the game, and they have released over 24 fragrances at the time of this recording. Busybodies. So today we're going to review a freshie from their plethora of freshies that they have released since 2020, and the fragrance we're talking about today is Ocean Rush. So Ocean Rush is an aromatic aquatic fragrance for men. It was launched in 2024. Word on the street is that this is a creation by the master perfumer Alberto Morelos. However, that has not been confirmed by the house itself when you look at it in their site, nor Fragrantica at this very moment. So 2 years later, still unclear, don't know what to make of it. Let's talk about the fragrance either way. Let's quickly look at this bottle presentation before we jump into the juice talk. So this one has a beautiful clear blue bottle, and this is one of many blue bottles in their offerings, especially in the Freshies line, and the cap is white, and with every offering they have about different caps for different bottles. So at the front you have the name of the house written in white, and at the back you have this beautiful calligraphy, and this is a standard in all their clear bottles, as some fragrances within this house do not have clear bottles. And on top of your cap you're going to have the name of the house embossed right there. So this one has some silver lining, I don't know if you can see that, and I managed to chip mine in the process of opening this fragrance. So this is how I normally put it on, putting this at the back, and it looks like everything is still okay. The bottle is still intact, the cap is still intact. Let's talk about the juice. But first, let me waste a couple of sprays for you guys. Okay, atomizer, could be better though. So this opens up with bergamot, mandarin, and cascalone. Now cascalone is used to bring this natural and clean freshwater undertones in fragrances. It can come off fresh, clean, and slightly soapy, depending on how it's been manipulated. Then in the heart of the scent, there's lavender, rosemary, and cypress. Dressed down to a beautiful amber, musk, and patchouli base. And this is immediately going to remind you of the likes of Versace Pour Homme, Chanel Allure Homme Sport, and Missoni Wave. Now if those fragrances are what you like, then fasten your seatbelt. And if you don't like those fragrances, I think now you can ditch this video. Or maybe before you do, hit a like, subscribe, that will mean a lot. Thanks. Now let's talk about projection and the longevity. This projects beautifully upon the first hour of the application, and the longevity is going to push you up to the 5th hour mark. Good enough for an aquatic fragrance, but the sweetness in here fooled me in thinking that it's going to push further than the 5th hour. But you get what you get with freshies, right? So when and where can you wear this? This is honestly made for spring and summer, as it cannot fight its way through the cold in winter. The sweetness in here is very promising, like I alluded earlier on, but it really doesn't stand a chance in winter. You can take your chances indoors if you are in an environment that it has AC and the temperature is controlled. Definitely in winter, then you can put it off. However, outside in the cold, it's really not going to stand a chance. So out by the beach in the sun, springtime, perfect time to wear this. The fragrance itself suggests casual wear. I think this wears beautifully in a white tee, in shorts, or a pair of jeans, but stay away from this fragrance if you're going to go into the office in your suit and tie. I really don't see this one professional enough for it to be pulled off in a suit and tie. It will literally feel like you're stepping into a boardroom meeting in a beautiful, well-cut suit with a cotton candy in your right hand and expect everyone to take you serious. That's just how I see it in my head when I think of this fragrance and the office in a suit. But if you're a business owner or a major shareholder in the company, I guess you can wear whatever you like. This will do wonders for someone who's still in college and varsity, anyone from the age of 26 and younger. And by that, I do not mean in any way that you cannot enjoy this fragrance if you're 30 and up. Nope. However, this will be by far most practical for someone in that criteria. Because here I am, 30 and up, and I'm still enjoying this fragrance. And I can definitely assure you that I am not the only one. So here are my closing remarks. If you like your fragrances sweet, fresh, aquatic, I think this is worth checking out. At least get your nose to it. But be warned, you're not going to get anything smooth or anything of high quality when you test this one out. It is heavily synthetic. I think you can give it a chance for maturation to take place, because I had the most unpleasant experience when I initially tested this one. And I suspect the same is going to happen with you, as you would expect with most Middle Eastern clones. But give them time. They always maturate and turn into something beautiful eventually. So this is worth checking out if you like your Versace Pour Homme, your Chanel Allure Homme Spot, your Missoni Wave, and the likes. Yes, I think it's worth checking out. Now here's the interesting part. I am keen to hear what has your experience been with this fragrance, if you own it, if you've sniffed it. And I know most people are not gonna have the same experience as I have with this fragrance. Some of you are gonna say it smells like juice from the pits of hell, and some are gonna criticize this heavily, but that is your experience and we can never downplay your experience. So please be so kind to share in the comment section. What has been your experience with this fragrance? Not only this one in particular, what has been your experience with the house of Rayhaan? Do you like their offerings? Have you tested a few, and which ones have you tested? We would really love to hear from you guys. And while you edit, remember to hit that subscribe button, smash the notification bell so that you never miss out every single time we drop a review. Until we meet again on yet another fragrance review, and this time around I promise I won't let you guys wait for over a month before I drop another one. I will do better, that I promise. Share this content with your friends, family members, those who like scented water just like you do. And let's ensure that everyone gets exposed to this informative content before they make any purchases, so that their purchases are worthwhile. So until then, keep well and stay smelling great.